Today, I want to make something very clear. Everything I've said in my previous videos about courthouses disarming citizens, about the unconstitutional practices happening in Okaloosa, about the violations of our fundamental rights, and every other video. It's not just opinion or theory. These videos are public notices, and this serves as official notice to every public official who continues to engage in these unconstitutional practices. Now, some might ask, how can a video be a public notice? Under the law, notice does not need to follow a specific form or as long as it is clear and unequivocal. The courts have long held that public declarations, whether written or verbal, serve as sufficient notice when made openly and without ambiguity. Let me point you to Mullen v. Central Hanover Bank and Trust and Company at 339 U.S. 306 in 1950. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the notice must be reasonably calculated to inform interested parties of the actions or situations at hand. These videos are just that. Public accessory statements intended to inform all public officials and individuals who are complicit in unconstitutional practices. If you are a public official and you see these videos, consider yourself on official notice. And anyone else after 30 days of this video and all the other ones are on public notice. The law also supports the idea that public declarations can serve as formal notice under the doctrines of estoppel and due process. When officials are informed of ongoing violations and fail to correct them, they cannot claim ignorance later. Public notice is about making it known, and I've made it known. Look up Horn versus the Department of Agriculture at 576 U.S. 350 in 2015, where the Supreme Court reiterated the importance of public notice and ensuring that governments follow due process. Let's not sugarcoat what's at stake here. Treason against the United States, as defined by the Constitution in Article 3, Section 3, it's not something to be taken lightly. When public officials act against the Constitution, whether by disarming the people in violation of the Second Amendment or by enforcing unconstitutional laws that strip citizens of their rights, they are committing acts of treason, and the consequences of treason is clear. It is death. The courts have recognized that violating an oath to uphold the Constitution is an act of betrayal under U.S.C. Section 2381. Treason against the United States is punishable by death or imprisonment for not less than 5 years and a fine of not less than $10,000. Public officials who are complicit in the ongoing violations I've discussed are committing acts that rise to the level of treason. This isn't just my word, this is the law. So here's the official notice. To all public officials who continue to disarm citizens, who perpetuate unconstitutional practices, and who violate their oaths to uphold the Constitution, consider yourself warned. You are on notice, your actions are being documented, and the law is clear. The penalties for treason are severe, and they will not be avoided simply because you think your actions are shielded by office or positions. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and no statute, policy, or order can override it. These videos serve you as official notice. If you continue down this path, know that you are accountable under the law, and the consequences for treason are as severe as the law itself dictates. Your violations will not be going unnoticed, and justice will be served either in this life or the next. So, to all those watching, spread this message. Share it far and wide. These videos are public notice to every official violating their oaths to the Constitution. They need to know that the people will not tolerate their treasonous acts any longer. The Constitution will stand, and those who violate it will face the full weight of the law. And if it's not the court of law, it'll be the natural law.